Why did the Sharingan abandon its legendary copying ability? Imagine a world where a single glance could steal your opponent's most powerful techniques, turning their strengths against them in an instant. This was the awe-inspiring power of the Sharingan, the copy wheel eye, wielded by some of the most iconic characters in Naruto. Known as the ultimate trump card, it allowed ninjas like Kakashi Hatake, the copy ninja, to replicate over 1,000 jutsus, earning him a fearsome reputation. Yet, as Naruto Shippuden unfolded, this legendary ability mysteriously faded into the background. Kakashi stopped copying jutsus. Sasuke, Itachi, Madara, and Obito followed suit. Why would such a game-changing power vanish from the series? Was it a deliberate choice by Masashi Kishimoto, or did the Sharingan's evolution take it in a new direction? Buckle up, because we're diving deep into the in-universe and out-of-universe reasons behind this enigma, unraveling the secrets of the Sharingan's lost art. Stick around to the end for a mind-blowing theory that might change how you see the Naruto series forever. Before we jump in, if you're as obsessed with Naruto as I am, hit that like button to show some love and subscribe with notifications on so you never miss a deep dive like this one. Let's get started. The rise of the copy. Ninja, Kakashi's legendary beginnings. The Sharingan's copying ability was introduced early in Naruto as one of its most captivating mechanics. Kakashi Hatake, gifted with Obito Uchiha's Sharingan, earned the moniker Kakashi of the Sharingan, or, more famously, the Copy Ninja. By the time we meet him in the Land of Waves arc, he's already renowned for copying over 1,000 jutsus throughout his career. This reputation wasn't just hype, Kakashi lived up to it. In his iconic battle against Zabuza Momochi, we see the Sharingan's power in full display. Kakashi mirrors Zabuza's water clone, Water Dragon, and Great Waterfall technique with jaw-dropping precision, even outpacing Zabuza to finish the hand signs first. The clash of two water dragons spiraling into the sky remains one of Naruto's most iconic moments, a testament to the Sharingan's ability to turn an opponent's strength into their downfall. But it wasn't just Kakashi. In Naruto Part 1, Sasuke Uchiha also showcased this ability, copying Rock Lee's taijutsu movements to gain an edge in the Chunin exams. The Sharingan's copying prowess was a cornerstone of its mystique, making it a versatile and unpredictable weapon. So why did this ability, so central to the Sharingan's identity, vanish in Naruto Shippuden? Let's explore the first piece of the puzzle, the in-universe factors that might explain this shift. What changed in the ninja world to make copying obsolete? Let's find out. In-universe reasons. Why Kakashi stopped copying jutsus. The evolution of Kakashi's arsenal. One of the most compelling in-universe explanations for the decline of the Sharingan's copying ability lies in Kakashi's own growth as a ninja. Early in Naruto, Kakashi relied heavily on the Sharingan to copy jutsus because it complemented his already versatile skill set. However, as the series progressed, Kakashi developed his own signature techniques that arguably outshone the need to copy others. The most notable of these is the Chidori, later refined into the Raikiri, a lightning-based jutsu that became his hallmark. This technique, born from Kakashi's attempt to infuse lightning chakra into the Rasengan, showcased his ability to innovate rather than just imitate. Moreover, Kakashi's acquisition of Kamui, a Mangekyo Sharingan ability, marked a turning point. Kamui allowed Kakashi to warp objects and opponents into another dimension, a power far more potent than any standard jutsu he could copy. We see this in action during his fight against Deidara, where Kamui neutralizes an explosive clay bomb, and later against Pain, where it deflects a high-speed nail. Why bother copying a water dragon when you can teleport your enemy's attack into oblivion? Kamui's versatility and raw power likely overshadowed the need for copying, especially as Kakashi faced increasingly exotic opponents, facing uncopyable foes. Another key factor is the nature of Kakashi's opponents in Naruto Shippuden. The Akatsuki, the primary antagonists, wielded highly specialized and often uncopyable abilities. For example, Pain's Rinnegan-based techniques, like the Almighty Push, were beyond the Sharingan's ability to replicate. Similarly, Deidara's explosion release, a Kekkei Genkai, was inherently uncopyable, as the Sharingan cannot mimic bloodline abilities. Obito's own Kamui and Sasuke's Susanoo further complicated matters, as these Mangekyo Sharingan powers were unique to their users. Even Kakuzu's elemental jutsus, while theoretically copyable, were overshadowed by his diamond skin technique, a defensive ability that required specific conditions Kakashi couldn't replicate. This shift in opponent caliber meant Kakashi's battles demanded more than just copying. Against Zabuza, a water-style specialist, copying was effective because their techniques were within the Sharingan's scope. But against the Akatsuki's freakish abilities, Kakashi had to rely on his own ingenuity and the Sharingan's other strengths, like precognition and genjutsu, chakra limitations, and strategic choices. Kakashi's limited chakra pool also played a role. As a non-Uchiha, using the Sharingan drained him significantly, especially in Naruto Part 1, where he often collapsed from exhaustion. Copying jutsus, while impressive, required precise timing and chakra expenditure to observe, replicate, and execute. In high-stakes battles, conserving chakra for Kamui or Raikiri was often a smarter choice. For instance, during the war arc, Kakashi prioritized Kamui to counter Obito's phasing, a direct counter to his opponent's strongest ability. Copying a random jutsu from a fodder ninja wouldn't have been worth the chakra cost when facing god-tier threats like the Ten Tails. But is this all there is to it? Let's pivot to the out-of-universe reasons and uncover why Kishimoto made this creative choice. Out-of-universe reasons. Kishimoto's shifting vision, the Sharingan's evolution. Beyond copying Masashi, Kishimoto, the mastermind behind Naruto, introduced the Sharingan as a multifaceted dojutsu with copying as its flagship ability. However, as the series grew in scope, Kishimoto's vision for the Sharingan evolved. The introduction of the Mangekyo Sharingan in Naruto Part 1, particularly through Itachi's Tsukuyomi and Amaterasu, hinted at a broader potential. By Naruto Shippuden, the Mangekyo abilities, Susanoo, Kamui, Kotoa Matsukami, and more, became the Sharingan's defining features. These powers were not only visually spectacular, but also narratively significant, tying into the emotional and thematic arcs of characters like Sasuke, Itachi, and Obito. Copying jutsus, while cool, became less impactful in a world where characters were summoning meteors, wielding perfect Susanoo, or warping reality itself. Imagine Madara Uchiha, with his godlike powers, pausing to copy a basic water-style jutsu. It would feel trivial and out of place. Kishimoto likely phased out the copying ability to focus on these high-stakes, unique powers that elevated the Sharingan's mystique. Narrative simplicity and character. Focus from a writing perspective. Constantly having Sharingan users copy jutsus could become repetitive and cumbersome. In Naruto Part 1, copying was a fresh and exciting mechanic, perfectly showcased in Kakashi's fights against Zabuza and Kisame. But in Naruto Shippuden, with multiple Sharingan users like Sasuke, Itachi, Obito, and Madara, incorporating copying into every fight would dilute its novelty. It would also require Kishimoto to invent new jutsus for opponents, only to have them immediately mirrored, which could disrupt the pacing and focus of battles. Instead, Kishimoto leaned into the Sharingan's precognition and Mangekyo abilities, which were easier to integrate into fights. Precognition allowed characters to dodge or anticipate attacks without needing to invent new jutsus, while Mangekyo powers provided dramatic, character-specific moments. For example, Kakashi's Kamui tied into his connection with Obito, foreshadowing their eventual confrontation. Sasuke's Amaterasu and Susanoo reflected his descent into darkness, while Itachi's Tsukuyomi underscored his tragic sacrifice. These abilities carried more emotional weight than copying ever could. Kakashi's identity crisis, from copy ninja to Sharingan master. Kakashi's nickname, Copy Ninja, was a cornerstone of his identity in Naruto Part 1. Yet, by Naruto Shippuden, his reliance on Kamui and Raikiri shifted the narrative away from copying. This shift was so pronounced that, during the war arc, Obito refers to him as Kakashi of the Sharingan, rather than Copy Ninja. This subtle change suggests Kishimoto was rebranding Kakashi to align with the Sharingan's new direction. The Copy Ninja moniker, while iconic, didn't fit a character now defined by his mastery of Kamui and his emotional ties to Obito. This rebranding wasn't without flaws. Fans loved Kakashi's versatility, and the promise of 1,000 copied jutsus was a goldmine for creative storytelling. Kishimoto could have had Kakashi pull out obscure jutsus from his past missions, adding flair to his fights. For instance, imagine Kakashi using a sealing jutsu to counter Edo Tensei, or a wind-style technique to surprise an opponent. The lack of such moments felt like a missed opportunity, especially since Kakashi's nickname implied a vast arsenal that was rarely showcased. So, was this a mistake or a genius move by Kishimoto? Let's dive into a theory that might explain it all. A mind-blowing theory. Was copying retconned? Here's a thought-provoking possibility. What if the Sharingan's copying ability was partially retconned as Kishimoto's vision for Naruto evolved? When the series began, the Sharingan was introduced as a tool for copying and precognition, perfectly suited for a grounded ninja world. But as Naruto grew into a saga of godlike battles and cosmic stakes, the copying ability may have felt too limited. Kishimoto introduced the Mangekyo Sharingan early on, with Itachi's abilities in Naruto Part 1, signaling a shift toward more unique, character-driven powers. By Naruto Shippuden, the Sharingan's focus on Mangekyo abilities allowed Kishimoto to craft epic, visually stunning battles that resonated with the series' escalating power scale. Copying, while versatile, couldn't compete with the spectacle of Susanoo or the narrative weight of Kamui's connection to Obito. It's possible Kishimoto quietly phased out copying to avoid diluting the Sharingan's new identity, letting characters like Kakashi shine through their own techniques rather than borrowed ones. This theory explains why even Sasuke, a natural Uchiha with greater Sharingan proficiency, rarely copied jutsus after Naruto Part 1. His focus on Chidori variants, Amaterasu, and Susanoo aligned with Kishimoto's emphasis on personal growth and unique powers. Similarly, Itachi, Madara, and Obito leaned on their Mangekyo abilities, which were more impactful than copying standard jutsus. The copying ability, once central, became a relic of Naruto's early days, overshadowed by the Sharingan's evolution. What could have been done differently? Let's reimagine Kakashi's journey. Reimagining Kakashi, the copy, ninja's true potential. If Kishimoto had kept the copying ability prominent, how might Kakashi's story have unfolded? Picture this. During the war arc, Kakashi faces a horde of Edo Tensei ninjas and unleashes a barrage of copied jutsus, wind-style slashes, water barriers, even a sealing technique to trap reanimated foes. This would have reinforced his copy ninja legacy, showcasing the fruits of his 1,000 jutsu arsenal. Against Kakuzu, Kakashi could have copied the diamond skin technique, using it to tank attacks in later battles, adding a defensive layer to his arsenal. Sasuke, too, could have benefited from more copying. Imagine him mirroring Naruto's Rasen Shuriken or Sakura's medical ninjutsu, adapting them to his own style. This would have made him a more unpredictable fighter, living up to the Sharingan's reputation as the ultimate mimic. Even Itachi, known for his strategic genius, could have copied a water-style jutsu from Kisame to create a dramatic clash, emphasizing his versatility. By phasing out copying, Kishimoto missed a chance to keep the Sharingan's original allure alive. While Mangekyo abilities were undeniably epic, blending them with occasional copying could have created a perfect balance, satisfying fans who loved the copy ninja's flair. What do you think? Should Kakashi have stayed true to his copy ninja roots? Drop a comment below and let me know. And if you're loving this deep dive, smash that like button and subscribe for more Naruto content. Conclusion: the legacy of the Sharingan. The Sharingan's journey from a copying powerhouse to a Mangekyo-driven juggernaut reflects Naruto's evolution as a series. In-universe, Kakashi's reliance on Kamui and Raikiri, combined with the uncopyable nature of his opponent's abilities, explains why copying faded. Out of universe, Kishimoto's focus on spectacle and narrative depth led him to prioritize the Sharingan's more dramatic powers. While this shift gave us iconic moments like Sasuke's Susanoo and Kakashi's Kamui, it left fans yearning for the copy ninja's full potential. Ultimately, the Sharingan's copying ability was a victim of Naruto's growing ambition. It was a brilliant mechanic in a simpler era, but as the series embraced god-tier battles, it was outshined by flashier powers. Still, the copy ninja's legacy lives on in our hearts, and the question remains, could Kakashi have been even cooler with a few more copy jutsus? If you enjoyed this deep dive, give this video a big thumbs up to help it reach more Naruto fans. Subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss an upload. Check out my rewritten Naruto fight scenes, where Kakashi unleashes his full arsenal of copied jutsus. It's a must-watch for any copy ninja fan. Let me know in the comments. What jutsu do you wish Kakashi had copied? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.